Yeah, the royal way. I knew this. I didn't think this was. I lived in Flush, just out of the rain.
Oh, you're kidding.
So I live on Pond.
Okay.
The next
Right.
there was a dentist down here. That's what it was.
Is that right?
And they both closed parking special events.
Yeah.
Up and down. Up and down Martina. I could say. So it's not even, doesn't even look like.
Anybody that's going to speak tonight, can you please give me your name? Mind up and give me your name if you plan, or if you think you might speak. And if you don't, that's okay.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, testing.
Testing. I'm here.
Good evening. Welcome to the City of Warren Planning Commission meeting of September 8th, 2025. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I
pledge allegiance to
the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Commissioner Ansar,
Present.
Commissioner Duze,
Present.
Commissioner Halawadi,
Present.
Commissioner Hawk,
Present.
Commissioner Chowdhury,
Present.
Commissioner Moore is present, Commissioner Bonacki,
Present.
Commissioner Smith.
Present. Item number 4, approval of the agenda.
Motion
Chair,
to approve.
Okay, I second.
There's a motion by Commissioner Mori, Commissioner Halawadi. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 5, approval of the minutes of August 25th, 2025.
Support Commissioner Chowdhury.
Do you have a motion?
No.
Motion to approve.
Motion. Commissioner Chowdhury seconded.
Yes, I said first.
Okay. Nobody did the first. Okay, so that was the motion by Commissioner Benecki, supported by Commissioner Chowdhury. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Item number 6A,
Item number 6A, site plan for addition of minarets to existing mosque located on the west side of Shaner Road, approximately 1,575 feet north of 11 Mile Road. 27643 Shaner Road, Section 14, Sajed Melkik / Masjid Al Furqan, Mirsad Zechiv / Masjid Al Furqan, PSP 250035. Thank you.
thank you. Is the petitioner here this evening? Can you come up, please? Good evening. Can you tell us a little bit about what you want to do?
Good evening. My name is Sayad Melkic. I don't know if you need my address or no.
You still state your name and address for the record, yes, please.
Sayad Melkic. I reside at 13656 Irvington Court, Warren, Michigan, 48088. And I'm the president for Masjid Al Furqan.
All right.
My name is Hisham Turk. I'm the architect who's helping to do this project. And I reside in 6340 Peacock Drive in Troy, Michigan, 48085.
Thank you, sir. Correspondence?
Correspondence, taxes, current. Thank you. That's it.
Planning Department's recommendation?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is as follows. It is recommended that the site plan for, for the demolition and reconstruction of the entrance canopy, porch, and minaret additions be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically, number 1, 5 copies of revised site plans shall be submitted indicating the following. 1A, indicate if illumination or lights will be provided on or in the minaret. 1B, on the approved site plans from 2014 and 2015 for the new mosque and canopy addition, the parking spaces along the north and south property lines were indicated as 22 feet in length. The new site plan indicates these spaces are 20 feet in length. The minimum length of spaces along property lines is 22 feet. If these spaces are 20 feet in length, a variance may be required from the Zoning Board of Appeals. 1C, update the lighting note as follows. All lighting on the site shall be shielded and not encroach upon the abutting properties. Light fixtures, pole and base shall be no higher than 20 feet as measured from the top of the light fixture to the bottom of the base at the ground level. All glare shall be eliminated from light fixtures. Upward directed lighting shall not be permitted. 1D, planning staff is recommending that 1 row of arborvitae trees, shrubs rather, should be planted between the existing building and the existing condominium development along the south property line with chain link fence. 1E, provide the shared dumpster note from the 2023 approved site plan. The note indicated that the dumpster located on 27643 Shaner Road would be shared with 27721 Shaner Road. Condition number 2, on August 29th, 2025, the planning staff conducted a field inspection of the site per the petitioner's bond release request for past projects. Per the inspection, the past cash bonds of $1,050 and $180 cannot be released due to the following reasons. And that would be A, the screen gates are missing from the trash enclosure and must be added and noted on the site plan. And B, an additional shed was discovered on the property south of the existing shed. The shed must be added to the site plan with dimensions to the property lines. A permit shall be required from the building division. A variance may be required from the Zoning Board of Appeals for the side setback. 2C, confirm the length of the parking spaces from the wall to the end of the parking spaces. Additionally, provide the width between the wall and the parking line, property line. The entire length of the parking space must measure 22 feet to the property line. However, the parking stall area must be a minimum 20 feet in length. Confirm these dimensions on the site plan. A variance from the Zoning Board of Appeals may be required if the length does not meet the ordinance. Condition number 3, the following variances may need to be obtained from the Zoning Board of Appeals prior to the release of the site plan to the Building Division. And that would be A, to construct a new building addition, minarets, 23 feet and, setback 23, 23 feet and a new concrete porch 20 feet from the east property line, and that's Shaner Road. 3B, to allow parking spaces 20 feet in length along the north and south property lines, and that's 27643 Shaner Road. If approved, the variances shall be added to the revised site plan. And condition number 4, performance bond in the amount of $3,000 be posted according to the estimated cost of $100,000 by the petitioner. So with that, Mr. Chair, the recommendation is submitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Worth. I want to take a minute and recognize our ex officio, Councilman Noonan. Good evening, sir. This is a public hearing. Anybody like to speak on this item, please come up, state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak.
Good morning. How you doing? My name is Ron. I was wondering how many people are allowed in this place?
All you can do, sir, is direct our questions, and then we will, when it comes to the board, we'll ask our questions in regards to your question. We can't give you any answers right now. You guys
Why not?
Because that's not the way we do things. You come up, you ask the questions, we take it into consideration.
Okay,
and
put
then
it this way.
when it comes to
You-
us,
you
when it
have-
comes to us, then we will discuss what your questions were with everybody.
You have a mosque that has a chain with 2 barricades on each side. They take that chain and take and rope it off once the parking lot is full. Bills in to the residents. Now, anybody listening that owns a dispensary, you can use that against these people. Because there's over 50 cars that take and go into the residential area. It basically caused a traffic jam. There's also a major accident waiting to happen, not only in front of that mosque, but on each street, which goes in a horse shape. There's one way in and out, and that's this street or this street, and then there's a court that goes down the side, which you get in, actually send everybody, it should have been sent a notice, but that's how it works. Biggest thing is more or less the overflow into the neighborhoods. Like I said, a dispensary doesn't allow that. You guys wouldn't allow them. So I don't see how these guys, that's the reason I asked what the occupancy is, because I counted over 240 the other day when these guys threatened me. That's on record. So thank you and have a good night.
Thank you, sir.
My name is William Cool. Been a resident in Warren for 38 years. I have the same issue as the other gentleman. There is not enough parking on this site to house all the cars they produce. I have a daughter who owns a business in Sterling Heights where a mosque that, in quotes, is supposed to be a learning center on Friday afternoon goes into business, calls to prayer, and it takes over the parking lot, causing problems for the business owners. So I feel this should be turned down and they should find a adequate site. If this was a church, Catholic church or that, the site would have to be a lot larger than this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Did you state your name and address?
William Cool, 31537 Maryland.
You have to, you got it, Mary? Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. Have a good evening.
Hi, my name is Leisha Price. I live at 13513 Angela Drive. I live right next door to the mosque. My concern is that I'm already having difficulty keeping the members from parking in our condominium, it's only 8 condos, 4 on one side and 4 on another side, and you could only park on one side. I'm the president of the association, and I've had to numerous times ask them not to park. I've spoken to the gentleman at the mosque who's been very kind and was helping me with this, but now I'm starting to notice that it's happening again. Like Friday, someone just came and parked in one of our driveways, went and came back. So my concern is that the parking is just not enough, and I'm looking at now that it's getting ready soon to get cold, it's gonna be more people trying to come in. We have one way in and one way out. And the thing is too, is when they come in, they'll come and they'll drop people off, which will hinder someone trying to get into our condo section for getting in, because they come in, they drop them off, then they come back and they pick them up. I mean, if they do that at the mosque or at the other parking lot they have, that's fine. But they're doing it in our little small space, and I'm just concerned now with the construction that's gonna happen. It's gonna send a sound out to say, hey, it's prayer time. And if they do come, I can see it now in the mornings, them coming, and it's all over again. I didn't even hire a tow truck to tow cars because I didn't want anyone to have their cars towed. But now I feel like I may have to do that, and I really don't want to do that. So I'm just not for it right now. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Did you give your name and address for the record? Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Diane Marquardt, and I live at 13423 Deanna Drive. I am 6 houses off the corner of the mosque. Every Friday, you cannot even get on Deanna Street. Every house can have 2 cars parked in front of their house. It goes all the way up the street on both sides, and it also does that on Yvonne, all the way up on both sides. You can't get in, you can't get out of your drive. And I'm very much against you doing this because there's not enough parking, and I'm also against you putting the steeples up, especially if they're gonna call to prayer 5 times a day like they do in Dearborn. We live in a quiet neighborhood. I've lived there 42 years, and now anytime they have a function of any sort, like I said, it's hard to get onto our street, out of our driveway, into our driveway, and this is uncalled for.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Tanya Perry, 13732 Villa Point Drive. I live in condos also, directly across. And some of my neighbors have had to come out and ask them not to park in our location. It's one way in and one way out. The question I have is there going to be a call to prayer? Because that would, a lot of us, I know I do, I work from home a lot. So that would affect me working from home if I had to constantly hear this daily or whenever they do it. I vote against it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Bedenko. I live on 13422 DeMott Drive. I had bought my house about 1.5 years ago now, so relatively new to the neighborhood, but one of the things that had attracted me to the community was how peaceful and quiet it was. I'm very much against this proposal as I feel that it'll be generally disruptive to the community. I guess kind of as a side note, one thing I would like to mention is that with the letters going out regarding this hearing, I had not received a letter, but both my neighbor behind me and beside me had received the letter. I understand that the intention right now is not necessarily to have the alarm system, but with any establishment, I feel that it's natural to expand. So even though the intention is not necessarily to put alarm systems now, I could see where in the future that this may be a request for implementation. Currently at this point in time, my workplace does not have a sufficient amount of desks for all of the employees. So I am required to work from home multiple times a week. You know, if there is an alerting system that is intended, it'll be difficult for me to take those meetings from home, as, you know, the alarms will be going off multiple times a day. I feel that this proposal does not speak to the interests of our community, as our community is not majority Muslim. People who are, you know, part of the Muslim community, I feel like are very well acquainted with, you know, the prayer practices and are very familiar with the times of day in which they're meant to pray. So I feel that the, you know, the alerting system would be, I guess, redundant to the needs of the community. I feel that there are other resources available that would be potentially less disruptive, such as texting or email notifications. One thing that I've come to learn and love about Warren is that we pride ourselves in being a strong, positive, and hardworking community, and I feel that it would be presumptuous to assume that, you know, alerting system would be required, as a majority of our community is likely away from home and at their places of employment. Another concern that I have is that because we are not a homeowners association, that you know, acoustic noise requirements or building height requirements would not necessarily be followed.
Your time is almost up, ma'am.
Oh, of course. Again, I'd like to state that I am against this proposal, as it would personally interrupt my day-to-day life. And as much as it would dishearten me, I would have to consider potentially relocating if this were to pass. Thank you for your time and listening.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank you.
evening.
Hi, Lori Harris, 4047 Hillcrest. I don't live over there, but I was looking it up and trying to pay attention, and I'm thinking of questions that people need to ask and think about. Is variances have already been given to this project, and these are the variants just in parking. It's very clear the parking spots need to be 22 feet long. They want a variance for 20 feet. We've got to stop giving variances out every time people ask, because why do we have a guideline for 22 feet? Why does it happen? In terms of traffic, has anybody called the school district? I imagine these streets, if there are cars up and down both sides, or one way in and one way out, it's going to be a school bus issue too. So it's not just the neighbors. And then I noticed that someone lives right next to this building. And these, I don't completely understand, but it sounds like they're going to be building more on not just the front. But I do agree, listening, that they may need to find another place. This is a consistent problem with mosques in our area, where the neighborhoods are very overrun by cars and traffic, and yes, churches have services on Sunday, but if it's not big enough, it's not helpful. So, and they do need to clarify whether they intend to do call to prayer. My understanding is that none of the mosques in Warren do call to prayer. But I think they need to clarify that. They need to clarify how many people will be coming typically, and they need to be honest, because Ione Mosque claimed they were going to renovate and add more buildings, and there would still be parking for 250 cars, and there is no way there is parking for 250 cars in that lot anyway. So we need honesty, transparency, and answers to the questions that these people have brought up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Dave Curry. I'm an Avon resident. I have a question or a request from the Planning Commission. Can you ask the gentleman down here to show the front elevation? All we're seeing is an aerial view, which shows the audience nothing.
David, can you show the view, please?
Okay, thank you very much. Another thing, can you turn the temperature up in here? It's freezing.
We heard.
Okay, this is Zone PB. The minaret is stated at a 35-foot height. I'm assuming that's the maximum limit in this zone. If you could clarify that, I'd appreciate it. And I understand that what they want to construct is a symbol for the mosque, that most, if not all, mosques have these. But what's the significance and the purpose of it? And also, will this increase in will this be an increase in attendance? Do they expect an increase in attendance? Because as many people have stated, there is a parking problem. And I know some people on the planning commission are gonna say they have a right to use the public street to park. And that's true. But in all instances, you're supposed to have enough on-site parking for your business or for your church or for your mosque, for whatever you're gonna conduct business at. And the parking is out of control on special days. It causes quite a traffic jam sometimes on Shaner Road. So anyway, if you could get those questions answered for me, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, I'm Barbara Wyatt on 13243 Yvonne Drive, Warren, Michigan, right around the corner from the mosque. What I'm in the question is the parking. I know it's a public street, but when we have a expressway going through around the curves by us, it gets a little bit dangerous when we have autistic kids that play on our road. And they're parking on the sidewalk to where you can't get around. You have to go off in the grass. Why should we have to go off in the grass? Why can't we walk on the sidewalk? That's from the parking from the mosque. I'm against it, 100%. I moved down here 10 years ago thinking Warren was the most beautiful town, city. I think Frankenmuth's a lot better. Should move back. But I hope you will give this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone else like to speak on this item? Seeing none, we'll turn over to the commission.
Motion to approve with discussion.
I support it.
There's a motion by Commissioner Morey, supported by Mr. Hawk. Go ahead with the discussion.
Yes, thank you. To the petitioner, if I may. So I had a quick question. Actually, let me ask, did you have a chance to review all the recommendations that were provided?
Yes.
Okay, do you agree with all of them? I know there's some that like requires for you to verify the site plans and everything.
Yes, I can explain a few of these.
Yes, please, go ahead.
So if we go down the list that that are mentioned here, with the lighting that's mentioned, that's just a standard code, and we don't have any intention to put on any kind of lighting fixtures that will impose into the neighbors. I believe that there's a mistake with the item 1D with the arborvitae trees. That's something that was copy-pasted, I believe, from the project in 2023. There is no chain link next to the mosque. Chain link is next to our second building, which we already planted trees there completely as asked by the city in 2023. In regards to the dumpster, the gate was there. It was damaged, I believe, with the guy taking the dumpster out, and it's sitting inside. We just have to fix the hinge and put it back on. I am arguing in a polite way with the services because they've kind of been lazy about putting a dumpster back in, so we are forced to build the wall and make it look pretty and nice, which I'm all for, but then they come in quickly and want to just take it as a business and dump it and then leave it out 3 feet. I've pushed it with my own body a few times inside, but it takes a toll on your back, and I had to call a few times, and they promised me they do a good job, and then next thing you know, it's sticking out again. You can't close the gate. So, but that's on us. I mean, we have to deal with them. But the gate is there, it will be put back up, and that's not a problem. In regards to the bond, I have to kindly disagree because my emails, you guys went out in 2025 in August to check the work. I submitted my paperwork in October of 2023 and have multiple emails asking for the bond back, and I was never given a reply that we have anything else to do to get that bond back. But I'll work with the guys because they've been nothing but kind in regards to that. So I have no problem posting the bond that they're requesting for this project, which is an amount of $3,000, hoping that they will look into the things that were done and pay that bond back, because it's been years now since we've paid that bond and completed the work that was requested from us. In regards to the shed, I'll be very honest with you. That was a temporary shed that we put that's sitting there on the concrete slab right now, only to protect what we had is the riding lawnmower. It was getting rained on, and we were just trying to protect the equipment. We have actually switched since this summer to services. We do a lot of volunteering work. If you guys are out quite often, or the neighbors, it is quite spotless. If you were to walk inside the building, you'll probably not find too many buildings that are cleaner than ours. We pride on that, including the restrooms and everything else. But due to the fact that families are growing and all that, so we have the time is of an essence. We have a company now, so they're doing all the cutting, so we can take the shed completely down, which is not something that's a problem. So we have no issues with these items that I see here, unless I'm missing any of them. Which one is it? Oh, the back. Okay. The length of parking spaces. So what happened is they requested the last what's it called, site.
About the variance about the parking spaces, we use I think the surveyor did. Actually, the site plan doesn't show the 20 feet. That dimension, the 20 feet, is the setback line dimension. It's not the parking space dimension. There is no dimension shown in the site plan. That's right. We're gonna make sure that we have a space. We can make if these lines are not 22 feet long, we can make it 22 feet to be according to the zoning ordinance. But I'm not sure if it's 22 or not. But the site plan doesn't identify if it is 20 feet or 22 feet. We're gonna make sure that it's showing 22 feet.
Okay, so you'll do the confirmation for us.
Yes.
And if not, you're saying you'll go back to 22, or I think, if I understand it correctly, the variance can be applied through the zoning board of appeals. So
yes,
that's the other way.
Our original drawings showed 22 from the 2014-15. When we purchased the other building, they requested another drawing, and that company, which wasn't done by this gentleman here, I don't know if they assumed or just went by the standard and they put 20, and that was taken in. Now they took it out due to this request, and they realized there's a difference. So in other words, I don't know if they just assumed, they never measured, or is it actually 22? I didn't really go double check yet, but we can take care of that item. And nothing changed parking-wise. It's been the same parking as it was from 2014 when we purchased it. Okay. So there's no movement of parking space or lines being extended. It's just either the guys who do the line didn't do a good job, or they put the wrong number on there. If I may address some of the concerns the neighbors had, it's really crucial for me personally. I don't know if that's allowed or not.
Go ahead, sir.
So first of all, I do appreciate the neighbors coming out. Something that I really preach all the time in the mosque to every single soul that enters, to make sure that our neighbors are respected. And if anybody's been there constantly on a daily basis, they know that how hard I get on the people coming in and out. Now, the most of the stuff that I'm hearing here, we have to be honest to each other. Our main service to any mosque anywhere on the globe is on Friday in the noontime, which is the second of the 5 prayers that we pray. So there isn't constant calls to the prayer. There's only 5 if there was any. I will remind everyone, this was something that was approved in 2014. It was my decision and the decision of our board and our mosque in respect to our neighbors to never institute the call to the prayer in 2014. I never specified to anyone in the mosque or outside of mosque when and if we want to use that law that tells us we could. And it was something that's on the record here in the same spot I'm standing at. So the minarat that we're building is not because we need, you can put a speaker anytime. You don't need to have a minarat to do the call to the prayer. That has nothing to do with that idea. I just think this is something that's maybe a backlash from what people are exposed to. That's not what we're about. If I was about infringing on our neighbors, I would have said, you know what, the law told me I can do it 2014. We politely said no. I remember the gentleman who came out to talk to, he was the only gentleman that showed up that day, and he was the first neighbor, and he lives in the condominiums next door. And I told him, sir, we're here, we live here, we understand the community. We don't have a need to do that at this time. And since then, he's been to the mosque a few times. He passed away now, I believe. But regardless, I think some of these issues mentioned are not as maybe as fair as they sound. In regards to the parking lot, I am very proud of the work that all the volunteers do. And honestly, I'll be straight to the neighbors. I've told, as of 2 Fridays ago, I've told our members in congregation, I can't control who works in the neighborhood and the hospitals and clinics and other places that come to the Friday prayer. It's a mandatory prayer for men. Anyone can show up. You know, if any neighbors turn to Islam tomorrow, they might decide to just walk over to the mosque. I can't tell them you can't come just because you're new. So we don't do screening. People come in, they sit down for half an hour. It's between 1:30 it starts, it ends at 2, maybe they start walking out 2:05. We're talking about 35 minutes and once a week. Is it really that crazy of what it sounds like in terms of the traffic? I mean, people have more celebrations in terms of birthdays for their children in all up and down the streets where I live. I never make a fuss about it. They have the right to do that as long as they don't. Nobody should be blocking anybody's driveways, and you should call the towing. And actually, what I'm going to do, what I told the community that I serve, I told them, I am going to reach out to towing companies, and I'm going to put out a sign, and I'm going to make sure your car is towed, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I told that to the people there, because there's always in the crowd of 200, one that doesn't want to get it until he's slammed with a ticket and until his car is towed away. And if he ends up to be one of the people that shows up, I'm not going to feel sorry. And it's something that's very simple. This is Islam 101. You do not block the driveway for safety reasons. We could have elderly people who need the ambulance to come in, and if you block the driveway, that's wrong. And you should not cross any neighbors and their lots. I mean, we have a great relationship with Barbara next door. Anybody who I've met from the neighbors, I've had nothing but great conversation with. In fact, all of the neighbors who showed up tonight, I welcome you anytime. My name is Sayyad Melkich. I'm the president, and I'm there every single day. Any day you want to come and meet and ask any questions, you're more than welcome to. And I'll be sure to answer them as honestly as I can. I mean, you're not going to get it any more clear-cut than this, but we're talking about 35 minutes. Most people are late, so we're talking about 20 minutes of that rush hour when they try to get in, leaving their work for lunch to observe their mandated prayer at that time. Yes, it might be more traffic at that time, but nobody should be parking in anybody's driveway or blocking them, especially the condominium next door. I've spoken about it 10 times, 15 times. I can't guarantee you who wants to listen and do the right thing or not. If I see them, I personally walk over and I get on them and I say, this is wrong if you park the wrong way. But we can only do so much. We have done everything since day one, and we will continue to do so to make sure that people respect the rules and regulations like we have been as the citizens of this city.
Can you conclude your comments, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for your information.
Yes, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Mr. Commissioner Hart.
Are you the president of the organization, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so thank you so much. So you have you have very good explanation about the parking issues, but still, the people those are attending in the mosque, they cannot make a trouble, disturb for the neighbors. So as a president, so you should have to have a plan. You have to tell your people they cannot block the driveways or they cannot park in the improper areas. So
100%. And I guarantee you, it's not the people that come there on daily basis.
Yeah.
It's people who.
Yeah, you should tell the
They just come in on
people-
a Friday, and I don't.
Yes,
I
is
don't
the
know them person to person.
yes, if the parking lot is full, so you should not allow them.
No,
You should
parking
tell
lot
the
is,
people.
parking lot is never overfilled because we have volunteers who block it off. Otherwise,
So why they're parking on the street or why they're blocking is the parking lot is not full?
no.
Excuse me, no outbursts from the audience, please.
I can answer I can answer the question.
Well, no outbursts from the audience,
No
please.
problem. Listen, we block off because we do not want, for the safety reasons, to have, if you have a fire or if you have an ambulance, somebody elderly who passes out, needs the ambulance to come in, I cannot block the parking space. So when we reach the limit in parking space, we block it off and we put the cones to let the people know the parking is full, like any other parking lot does for any event, right? So proceed and look somewhere else. We purchased the second building mainly for the parking lot. I really did not need the building itself too much. We needed the parking space to help alleviate this problem, which has helped a lot because it's only 300 feet of walking and it's beautiful. It's close by. So it's helped. But if somebody decides to drive and park the wrong way, that's on a citizen who doesn't understand what they're supposed to be doing. I cannot sit there and tell you that they have done it wrong way. I don't have time to go inspect down the street if someone decides to park. If they parked in the, next to away from the driveway, that is illegal parking. Like I said, I have neighbors currently who have almost once a week. I live in a circle, so it's a closed off. Once a week there's a party of some sort, and it's full of parking. As long as they don't block my driveway, I don't really get into their business. They're not disturbing me. They're parking in front of my house. But you know what? They're also my neighbors, and they're parking there. They're legally parked. I might dislike it at times if there's, 3-4 extra cars, but my driveway is safe, and I can get out when I need to. If that's not the case, that's why we have the rest of the city in place, such as police and towing and whatnot, and we all have to do our due diligence. I can't control what people do at any event, but we can control our parking, and we have done a great job of that.
Okay, the minaret you are planning to do is not accommodate any spaces for the people. This is just a symbol,
Yes.
outside symbol.
Correct.
Right.
It's something, we purchased the existing building that previously was a medical center. And it was obviously serviceable for us. The space is the same. You're not gonna, the positive thing is the people who started this from European side, and the minaret is very symbolic to your heart when you associate with the mosque. And so if you want to keep the good members who have upkept that property, I guarantee you on the top of the list in the Warren in terms of how it looks and what was done to it since we bought it. Before we bought it, I am going to guarantee you that was a drug dealing space at night before we purchased it. Right now, you only have one prayer that is full I wish I had the parking lot problem that we're talking about every given day. That means we have more good people walking around. Instead, we don't. And in our morning prayer, you can count 5, 6 cars, like most other mosques and churches. I've said this my first day here in 2014. We don't have that problem, unfortunately. If you go to bars, there's probably more cars there. So we don't have an issue with parking space at all, except on a Friday afternoon, because it's a mandated prayer for all men. And I'm sure on Sunday it's the same for the churches and whatnot. So minarat is something that's going to keep the good members in the mosque who upkeep the masjid, but feel that when they bring their kids or themselves to the mosque, that they feel like this is where I want to be. And I guarantee you, and I welcome anybody to walk in and see the upkeeping of this place. I guarantee you there's not a mosque around that especially runs on volunteering, that is as clean, as neat, outside and inside. And
yeah, we understand, but you have to work with the neighbors to resolve the parking issues.
that's why I said I'm welcoming everybody anytime. I can leave my phone number here. They have my address on the record. I am not running away from any neighbors. We've had an open house. I can host anybody, anytime. Their issues are my issues, are our issues. It's not something we will ever run away from. And I myself have said this, and I am reaching out to people who know more about this, that you can institute towing, driving around at 1:15 to 1:30, and any car that's properly parked, they will tow them away, and I will sign off on it. If it's my own family, then be it. It won't be my family, but I'm saying, I am totally for this, and actually I am working on instituting this, because you just learn sometimes that other people, there might be people who don't know any better, and they will not do better unless you make the move. I haven't, I've seen, the only thing I've seen, I'll be very honest with you, they pull in the last minute and they park between the walk and the parking and that drive-in, right between the streets. I've seen cars like this, and I've addressed the specific people. I said, you cannot do this. We've been telling you. I've seen that on 3 occasions. And I've told them, I'm going to put a sign.
But you have to have an action plan, how to resolve the issues. Because people are coming to the mosque to pleasing the God, but you cannot make the neighbors unhappy.
I agree with you.
Yes, so you have to figure it out how to resolve the issue, work with the neighbors. Please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Ansar.
Petitioner, already one of my colleague, he talked about the parking issue. I don't want to repeat this thing again. I think I have one suggestion for you. As you know, I goes to all of those mosques. Most of the mosques, they do have a kind of volunteer service plan. So they can, this prayer time, especially 1 to 2, you can have few of the volunteers out there on the street. So if someone is parking illegally, so those volunteers, they can help them. As my colleague already mentioned that, sometimes if anybody park in driveway, and also you mentioned that if he is illegally parking, tow away, but still it's a hassle for the neighbors. If somebody park on a driveway, they have to call tow away, somebody, they want to get out and they block, then towing company sometimes gonna take 30 minutes, 1 hour. So my suggestion would be, have few volunteers out there for 1 hour, so they can, guide them. They don't park here. If you miss the prayer times, go to the another mosque. Some of the mosques, they do have a 3 p.m. prayer time. So that will be the best, because it's an issue. If somebody is parking on neighbor driveway, it is a big issue. So I will suggest you take it seriously and do this thing. And another question I have, few of the residents, they have a concern that they're thinking, probably, you're going to have a speaker out there in the minarets. So do you have a plan?
I don't have a plan. Has it been talked about? It's been tossed around, but nothing. I haven't had any meetings about such a thing, no.
No. You have to clear it that, are you going to have a speaker at the minaret that the few of the residents, they have a concern that we might gonna have
Are
a
you
prayer
talking about,
5
is
times.
this project include the speakers that are gonna?
Yes, at the
No,
minaret.
this project does not have that. in
Okay,
it.
that's the
No.
thing. That's what, the few of the residents, they do have a concern that you probably gonna,
I'm being very
prayer,
honest. I'm
prayer,
very-
and, it's gonna be out there loud. So I just wanna make sure
No.
all of those residents that, no, they don't have this, plan that, you're not gonna hear anything from your home and the speaker. So that's, right,
That's correct.
Okay.
This project has nothing to do with the speakers.
yes.
I was called here in 2014 when they put the contingency that we cannot call the prayer out loud. City called me back 30 days later to publicly tell us that it's a federal law that every mosque in the United States of America can call to the prayer through speaker. I'm repeating, out of my etiquette, out of my character, and the character of us coming in as Muslims to the new neighborhood, we haven't done so.
Okay.
But I'm being, so this project does not include that plan.
Thank you. I just want to clear because I heard that few of the residents, they has a concern that they're thinking probably is gonna be loud,
And that's why I am clearly stating again, I believe that there's a lot of assumptions because we don't know each other too well. I welcome all my neighbors to come in and work on the issues together, because their concerns are my concerns and our concerns. Okay, but I believe our neighborhoods are better off with people who are willing to get up at 5 a.m. to walk to the prayer, not coming back drunk from the party and killing somebody drunk driving. So that's a good thing.
Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to, being this item is about the minarets and not about the parking, all of it's not about the parking, we need to move on and quit spending a lot of time on the parking. We know there's an issue with the parking. We know there's an issue with people parking in the area where the residents are at. And if he has to have an officer out there for a half hour, keep people from going up there and parking, he may have to do something like that, okay? Or have his no towing signs put up to where people don't go up in there and get on the other people's property. So, ma'am, if you can't be quiet, I will have you removed from the auditorium. Thank you. Thank you. Ma'am? Ma'am? No more talking. Go ahead. All right. So like I like to stay focused on what we're here for. Okay, we're here for the minarets. You've asked the questions about the sound. They're not called to order out into the neighborhood. One of the things that, if you don't mind, I don't know if you guys have more questions or not, but I didn't want to drag this thing on any longer than what it's about. Okay, but I think I understand why they want them, because they want to show that this is their place of worship. But also I understand that they have to be respectful with the neighbors, okay? So something's got to be worked out as far as the parking and stuff goes. We'll have one more. Commissioner Chowdhury.
I just have one question or just a suggestion. Have you ever, like I think Mr. Ansar, Commissioner Ansar did mention this, but breaking up the Friday prayers? Like instead of having that one session, breaking it up, and I know few other mosques has that. And that causes the less traffic volume coming in. And I know certain people are working and they're trying to come and go to the mandated prayers on Fridays so they can take their lunch breaks or things like that to come, and that has helped in other mosques as well. Just a suggestion for you.
Okay, does any other commissioner have a quick question? Go ahead, Commissioner.
Mr.
Bishop.
Chairman, thank you. I had a hard time finding this building because you got bushes in front of the address. So I went back and forth a whole bunch of times. Who's counting the cars that come in? And I know our chairman doesn't want to talk about parking, and that's fair enough. How many members have you got for your facility?
What do you mean by members?
How many people come in for Friday prayers?
I never counted people, that come into Friday. I don't have.
Is it 100? Is it 200? Is it 500?
No, probably around 200, I don't know. I never counted.
Okay, well, let's just for the sake of argument say 150 to 200 people. Now, how many parking spaces are there?
I believe 35, and I don't know how many is in the second lot.
Okay, you don't see a problem with 200 people attending and 35 parking spaces? The neighbors.
Depends how many people come in the car, but yeah, technically.
Well,
in
the
matters.
neighbors that are living near you, around you, are complaining that they're getting parked in and they can't get out or whatever. I don't know how many hours you have prayers or anything else. I was gonna ask about the noise and call to prayer, but if you've got 150 to 200 members, how are you gonna address the parking situation going forward? Either one of you.
I'm gonna answer your question. Can we zoom on the plan to the parking space calculations? It's yes.
Okay.
Is there? What I'm trying to say, the mosque was, I don't remember exactly what's the occupancy load of the building, but
290 something.
yeah. So the parking spaces was enough by the zoning ordinance for the number of the occupancy of the building.
Well, all right.
And these guys, they purchased another property. They're using the other property's parking in addition to this park.
Well, if everything was taken care of, do you think these people would be here complaining about it?
I'm saying there is a problem. I'm not saying what you are asking. How do you think this number is enough for that? But and I'm saying that it is according to the zoning ordinance, and we have additional parking in this other site that's serving the building also.
I understand what you're doing and how you're doing it. I don't have to agree with it, but I understand it.
Right.
What's the total people you can allow into that building?
I believe the.
What's the maximum limit?
I think it's close to 300. I don't know. It's in the hallway. It's on the.
300 people in there?
Yeah.
I have my sincere doubts if you could fit 300 people into that building. But that being said,
I'm telling you, not my opinion. I'm telling you what's on the certificate that sits in the hallway that was provided from the fire department, not by me.
That's fine and dandy, but I'm looking at the building, and it's a nice building and so on, but I can't in my wildest hallucination imagine 300 people in there.
Can I ask you, have you been in the mosque before, sir?
Yes.
And you do understand we don't have benches or chairs, it's on the floor.
I understand that, but I also understand that if something, fire or something happened, then trying to get 300 people out of a couple of doors isn't gonna happen quickly. And I'm trying to look at things from a safety issue for you. Now,
The Minarat are not providing more space for prayer. I don't know why these questions are
The number of the people and the exit, the number of the exits are approved by the city and according to the building code.
okay, and you're gonna put these minarets up, which I think would look look sharp, but I just have a problem with the amount of members you have, the lack of parking that you have. The minarets are, I'm glad to hear you're not putting speakers into them, like my colleagues mentioned, but you're putting 10 pounds of stuff into a 5-pound can. And I'm having a problem trying to justify this and explain it to myself. So I'd probably be voting against it because it's just too much stuff. And, no, I have to live with, and Warren and your neighbors have to live with this.
That's fine, but
And-
can I ask you, how does minaret have to do with the stuff and the amount of space? you have?
It's, you know, you wanna know, the honest to God truth is, when I was driving past there, the minarets are going to be higher than anything around there. And I don't know what the religious significance of them are. And if you wanna build the minarets on there, that's fine and dandy. But everything else is just getting jammed up. And if you're controlling the parking on Fridays during services, there's a disconnect here someplace, and
I
I
mean,
wish
if I had
you
to-
could get together with all the people that are here to hear them out and come up with a plan, like
But
Commissioner Hoag mentioned.
Didn't I offer this when I got up? And
Yes,
by the way,
you
if I
did.
had the legislation to go down the street and spank some people, I probably would. I don't have the legislation. That's why I can only legislate the volunteers, which we have done. I did not reply to you because we have volunteers out. And that's how we close off the parking and make sure that it's not disaster there, okay? But I don't have the legislation to go down the street and tell someone you can't park here. I'm not a policeman. That's where the United States of
Well,
America.
and that's fine, but I hope you understand what is going on around you. You might be inside, and I don't know if you're aware of everybody parking up in front of everybody's houses. I don't know that.
That's a concern
That's a very big concern. And,
But that concern has honestly nothing to do with the minarets that we're building.
okay, fair enough. Thank you,
All
Mr.
right,
Chairman.
Commissioner Doozy, thank you. We are getting off track here.
Yes.
I'd like to get back on track. What we're discussing today is the minarets.
Fair enough.
And I don't want to keep dwelling on the parking and stuff like that. We know parking is an issue, and something's got to be done with the parking.
Yes.
But, like I say, that doesn't have anything to do with the minarets. And as far as them having the minarets, I understand it deals with the religion. And like you said also, is that, you know, you drive by the place, you don't even see it's a mosque there. So you can miss it 2 or 3 times before you realize it's a mosque, okay? So this was given some identity of it being a mosque, which is good, this is what they want to do. So you can see it, you don't have to look around for it to find it. But like I say, they definitely have to find out, to do something to control the parking in the area. If you have to have an officer there to stop people from parking on the streets, if you have to have a tow truck there to pull the cars away, if your parking lot gets full, they're done. And like I say, our other commissioners made a suggestion that you could rearrange your times where you have your service, so not everybody's there at the same time, okay?
That's probably the best suggestion
That's the best,
of
that was
all
a
of
good
this.
suggestion.
If you could split it up somehow or something.
Hold 1 second.
Honestly,
Hold it.
it's been discussed, but I am also concerned that you'd have a second wave of someone who you can't control, then I'd have more, you get my point? You can flip it so many times. It's about someone who does not understand that you can't do this. I mean, I'm sorry to tell you, every institution has one of those. It's like a classroom, has a clown, there's that clown, and I don't know who that is. It's not somebody from our members that come every day because they know our expectations and they help us to maintain it. But when you have people who work nearby and they show up, I always told them on Fridays, guys, you will walk away, and then when I go for the hearing, you're gonna cause issues that obviously they're causing because of somebody who just comes to park and does not care about the neighborhood that I care for.
Okay,
So I'm being honest with you about that.
We're getting off track here, so we need to bring it back to the commission. I think we've had enough discussion on what's going on, unless there's something really important that we haven't talked about. I'd rather bring it to the commission for a vote and keep it rolling here, okay? So, that was the motion by, Motion by Commissioner Morey, supported by Mr. Hawk. Roll call.
Commissioner Mori, I vote yes. And Commissioner Hawk?
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes.
Commissioner Duze?
No.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes, since it's dealing with the minarets only.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes.
Commissioner Bonacki?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes, because this is just dealing with the minarets only, like Commissioner Duzay said. The parking is an issue and something that needs to be taken care of almost immediately. So whatever you need to do to correct that situation, you need to do that. Because all the minarets are gonna do is attract more people. So you have to, if you don't have them under control now, then you won't have them under control then. All right? Thank you, sir. Have a good evening. Good luck. Item number 6B.
Item number 6B, site plan for open storage of containers with medical equipment and trailers for delivery, located approximately 184.6 feet east of Lorraine Avenue, between 9 Mile Road and Page Avenue, 11055-11047 9 Mile Road, 11092-11100-11052 Page Avenue, and 13-27-455-011 Page Avenue, Section 27, Michael Woods / High Tech Programming, Inc. Karen Birdie, PSP 250011. Thank you.
Good evening, Ms. Birdie. How are you today?
Good evening, thank you. Doing well. Karen Birdie on behalf of High Tech Programming. They own the property, and in fact, it is rented by a medical mobility service company. The scooters that you see, walkers, wheelchairs, all things in that vein are what they provide. They don't have customers that come and go. You believe it or not, it's all internet. All sales are internet. We have very bulky items, if you will. The scooters are bulky, the attachments and things for the medical mobility products are bulky, and therefore they wanted to have these containers where they store some of the more bulky items. So on this plan, this is my client's building here, and they own these lots right here. This is the alley, this is 9 Mile, and this is Page Street. It's a residential street. At this point, owning these alleys, owning these properties, they want to be able to maintain these storage containers and also an area for trailers for delivery of items. So in trying to make this work for both the business and the residents on the street, what we have proposed is the following. We're gonna do a 25-foot setback. On here, it's shown as 10 feet, but the planning department wants the full setback of 25 feet. So we're gonna put a berm along the residence, and we're going to make it grass and have trees on it. And that'll go back to this red line on both of these. Along the sides will be arborvitaes. In addition to that, this area will be fenced. Now, it's gonna be fenced our way here, and what the residents will see is all the berm, okay? We asked for a gate on each one of these fences, and the reason we asked for the gate, we wanna make it clear that it's a passenger gate, a person gate, so we can get a lawnmower over here and maintain these. Obviously, my client has to maintain the berm and keep it looking nice, and to do that, they need to get a lawnmower there. The only other way, if we don't have a passenger gate, is to take the lawnmower all the way down 9 Mile and around and up Page. And I think that it's important that we be able to do that much easier. In the recommendations, they also talk about this dumpster. This dumpster is not our dumpster. It belongs to the people who own this building right here. And so I'm gonna take it off the plan because it's not ours. Our dumpsters are right here, you can see in the corner, right here. So I believe that this is a good balance. It allows the business to store what it needs to store in an organized fashion inside these containers, and then the trailers to transport it. I think that we're being respectful of the people on Page Street by doing a 25-foot berm. I think we're being respectful of the neighbors over here because we're doing the arborvitaes and fencing. I did walk this entire neighborhood here and spoke to the people at the houses, and I found no one against this. Not a single resident spoke to me about being against it. And what was very important to me was the people next door. None of them had any objection to what we were proposing. I took this actually with me and showed it to them. So I feel comfortable that we're addressing their needs, addressing our needs, and doing it in an organized fashion. Besides that, I have looked at the recommendations, and I have discussed them with my client.
Ms. Birdie,
Yeah,
before we get into that,
Mhm.
we'll see if we have any correspondence to take care of.
okay.
And then I'll get back with you on the recommendations.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Correspondence.
Correspondence, taxes, current fire. The fire department doesn't see any issues with the proposed planting of the arbor trees. Thank you. That's it.
So that's it? Okay. So it was kind of short there.
Yeah.
Planning director's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is as follows. It is recommended that the site plan for open storage of containers with medical equipment and trailers for delivery be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically. Number one, 5 copies of revised site plans shall be submitted indicating the following. 1A, it was found that most of the dimensions on the plan are not matching the 1 inch equal 20-foot scale. The plan shall be checked and redrawn to provide true and accurate dimensions for the plan. 1B, the 10-foot wide grass and trees area shall be widened to the residential 25-foot wide front setback area. That shall be a 4-foot high berm with 1-on-3 slopes. The 6-foot high honey locust trees shall be planted on top of the berm, and the rest of the surface shall be planted with grass. 1C, the 6-foot high wood privacy fence shall be provided new along the 25-foot front setback line and along the east and west property lines. 1D, proposed American arborvitaes shall be planted in a 5-foot wide strip of land along both the east and west property lines, covered with wood chips, and provided with a defined wood timber edge. And just to be clear on C and D, we're talking about both storage areas for these containers. I call it the northeast and the northwest storage areas. 1E, a note shall be provided stating all lighting on the site shall be shielded and not encroach upon abutting properties. The light fixtures, pole, and base shall be no higher than 20 feet as measured from the top of the light fixture to the bottom of the base at ground level. All glare shall be eliminated from all light fixtures. Upward directed lighting shall not be permitted. 1F. Excuse me. No access is permitted from the open storage areas to Page Avenue, which is considered a residential street. No gates are permitted in the proposed wood privacy fences along Page Avenue. Therefore, the gates shall be removed from the plan. A note shall be provided on the plan stating the 3 driveways to the storage areas along Page Avenue shall be removed and replaced with straight street curbing and landscaping. Now I'm going to comment on that statement. We don't want it, it was assumed that the gates were for the movement of the vehicles, cars, and the trailers to be able to be moved in and out of the site onto Page Avenue, a residential street. But the petitioner has talked about the gate or gates, 2 of them, 1 for each location over there, to be able to maintain the grass that will be part of the 25-foot berm. And I would amend F to state that those gates would be allowed, not a problem. 1G, the 10-foot wide front setback area for both open storage areas shall be widened to 25 feet. A 25-foot area that is required in a residential district. A berm shall be provided with the 4-foot high 1-on-3 slopes for the 25-foot width. The same trees shall be planted atop the berm and grass planted the balance of the setback area and indicated on the plan. 1H, a note shall be provided stating all landscaped areas shall be automatically irrigated. 1I, an 8-foot wide green belt would be required along the east and west property lines abutting the R1P district and single-family dwellings. A variance would be required. A 5-foot wide planting or 5-foot wide planting strips located along the east and west property lines of both the northeast and northwest outdoor storage areas shall be provided, consisting of the American arborvitaes, a line of 4-foot by, the timbers. They're 4 inches by 4 by 4s, 4-inch by 4-inch wood timbers, defining the 5-foot wide strip and provide wood chips in and around the arborvitaes. 1J, 6-foot high wooden privacy fences shall be provided as follows on the plan, and that would be number 1 along the setback 25-foot from the north property line, that's Page Avenue. Number 2, replace or add to the existing 6-foot high wooden fence along the east property line of the northeast open storage area. Number 3, replace the 3.7-foot high chain link fence along the west property line of the northeast open storage area with the 6-foot high fence. Number 4, replace or add the 6-foot high fence along the east property line of the northwest open storage area. And finally, number 5, replace or add to the existing 6-foot-high wooden fence along the west property line of the northwest open storage area. 1K, a trash dumpster is indicated located in the public alley north of address 11035 9 Mile Road. Remove the note and the depiction of a dumpster from the plan. 1L, the site data chart changes are as follows. Number 1, 11052 Page Avenue, change the site area from 10,025 square feet to 11,025 square feet. Number 2, that's L2, 11100 Page Avenue, change the site area from 11,003 square feet to 11,025 square feet. And L3, 11055 9 Mile Road, change use of open storage to use, which is the building. Okay, and then I've added a note, M, and we're gonna talk about, a note should be on the plan stating that no bins of any kind should be stacked on top of the storage bins that are provided on the site. I was there today, and I was told by a planning commissioner about them, and I did see them, and they cannot be placed up on there. So a note needs to be on the plan to make it clear that that's the rule. Condition number 2, the 2 parcels identified as 13-27-455-026 and 007 shall be combined into one parent parcel. An application must be submitted to the planning department requesting the approval of this combination, and 2 parcels identified as 13-27-455-011 and 013 shall be combined into one parent parcel. An application must be submitted to the planning department requesting the approval of the combination. Condition number 3, the following variances may need to be obtained from the Zoning Board of Appeals prior to the release of the site plan to the building division. And they are: A, the petitioner shall obtain a use variance from the Zoning Board of Appeals to permit outdoor storage of steel storage containers and trailers for delivery in the R1P zone. 3B, the petitioner shall obtain a variance from the Zoning Board of Appeals to permit a gravel surface area for both open storage areas. 3C, the petitioner should provide 4 parking spaces in one of the rear open storage areas or obtain a variance from the Zoning Board of Appeals. The requirement is 9 and 5 are indicated on the plan. If approved, the variances shall be added to the revised site plan. Condition number 4, the performance bond in the amount of $150 be posted according to the estimated cost of $5,000. The planning staff believes that the proposed bond is, the amount is too low given the fact that creating planting strips, landscape front setbacks, constructing 6-foot-high wood privacy fences, and removing 3 driveways are part of the improvements. A new estimate shall be provided closer to $50,000, maybe more, resulting in a bond in the amount of $1,500. And so with that, Mr. Chair, the recommendation is submitted.
Thank you, Mr. Word. Ms. Birdie, did you want to come up and make a couple more comments on the recommendations before we get to a public hearing?
Just wanted to say I've had an opportunity to discuss them with my client. As presented here tonight, with those changes, we're in agreement. The bins were pointed out to me when I got to the meeting here tonight. I've already texted my client and told him that those are not allowed, and he's indicated that he will remove them.
Thank you, ma'am. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak on this item, please come up, state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak. Seeing none, we'll turn it over to the commission.
Chair, I make a motion to approve.
Support Commissioner Chowdhury.
There's a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Chowdhury. Discussion, any discussion? Any discussion? To Ms. Birdie.
Pardon me?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I got a couple of questions.
Yes.
There's a lot of work that's got to be done in that site.
Yes.
And also I noticed that on the east unit, there's like a long telephone pole that's laying on there by the property line there. And they've got some recessed, looks like some recessed bumper blocks that are kind of covered by grass and stuff. So all that will have to be cleaned up when they do the burn probably. But I like the idea that you're not gonna have trucks or whatever coming out on the page.
Right,
So
right.
that's just a gate so they can cut the grass in that area. So I guess that's all I have to say on the issue.
Yes.
So roll call.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Duzay?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Hawk?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Benecki?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to approve. Good luck with that project.
Thank you.
Item number 6C.
Site plan for open storage of pallets and steel located on the northwest corner of Ryan Road and Westmont Avenue, 21167 and 21147 Ryan Road, Section 31, Derek Campaigning / Camp Properties LLC, Karen Birdie, PSP 250036. Thank you.
Good evening, Ms. Birdie. I see you're representing again.
Yes, Karen Birdie on behalf of 21167 and 21147 Ryan Road, which is Kemp Properties. My address, I didn't give it before, I'm sorry. My address is 28225 Mound Road, Warren, Michigan. This evening, what we have is, this is Ryan Road. And this project was already approved by the Planning Commission several years ago. And what happened was, my client was confused as to who had to do the final inspections. And I have all these emails where he's emailing the building department mistakenly and not emailing the planning department. Long story short, the site plan expired, so we're here tonight asking for the same thing. Basically, if any of you went out to the building, it's not that great a looking building. My client indicates to me that he is within the next 3 weeks, they're supposed to be out, and they are gonna reface the building. They're actually gonna make it look very nice. So he is dedicated to improving the property. Basically what he does here is he makes parts out of steel using laser cutter. And so in this area, he needs the ability to store the steel plates and the ability to store what some of his products come on is the wooden pallets. So in this area here, he seeks to be able to store that. It's my understanding that there are some additions here where planning is asking for shrubs along Wasmond here that he's gonna put in. He has a wall that goes across here, but it has to stop at the setback area. So this is where they're talking about stopping the wall. In the front, I don't believe that these island areas, driveways are being moved, et cetera. I don't believe these island areas are well defined. They're gonna be well defined after this plan is done. But my client is asking, he's concerned about putting trees in the front here with the roots and the, with the cement, et cetera. He's asking if he can put shrubs in here. He'd like to continue the shrubs that he puts along here in these front greenery areas. So he was asking if that could be done. Besides that, we're in agreement with the recommendation that you haven't heard yet.
Thank you, Ms. Birdie. Correspondence?
Correspondence, Taxes Current Fire. In response to the traffic letter for PSP 250036, site plan for open storage of pallets and steel, there are Pacific Codes IFC 2021 that pertain to storage of pallets that they will be required to adhere to. Otherwise, the fire department doesn't see any issues that may affect our operation. AT&T. AT&T does not object to this proposal. We have facilities on the property and serving the building, but they should not be affected. Comcast. In response to your utility request for the above project, please refer to the attached map for the location of Comcast CATV/fiber facilities. Aerial cables are highlighted in orange for fiber and yellow for coax cable. Underground is highlighted in blue for fiber and green for coax cable. If we can be of further assistance, please feel free to contact us by email at cccutilityrequest@teamsigma.com. DTE. DTE Electric Company has received and reviewed the site plan for open storage of pallets and steel. DTE Electric Company has no objection in relation to the site plan for open storage of pallets and steel, impacting 21167 and 21147 Ryan, Section 31, per the site plan provided. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me at 586-783-1978. Thank you.
Thank you. Planning Department's recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is as follows. It is recommended that the site plan for open storage of pallets and steel be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically. Number one, 5 copies of revised site plans shall be submitted indicating the following. 1A, the proposed future 60-foot right-of-way property line is indicated with the note, proposed future 27-foot right-of-way line, see note, but shall be corrected on the site plan. The 27-foot number shall be changed to 60 feet. The note indicates this to be dedicated at the time the city seeks to widen Ryan Road. 1B, indicate the locations of the person doors and the overhead service doors for the building on the plan. 1C, the site plan shall indicate the location of the pallets and steel in the open storage area. 1D, for section 17.02, S, lumber, including wooden pallets or other combustible materials shall not be stored less than 20 feet from any interior lot line and shall be noted on the plan. Indicate these setbacks with the location of said items on the site plan. 1E, a note shall be provided stating all lighting on the site shall be shielded and not be encroach upon abutting properties. Light fixtures, pole and base shall be no higher than 20 feet as measured from the top of the light fixture to the bottom of the base of the ground level. All glare shall be eliminated from all light fixtures. Upward directed lighting shall not be permitted. 1F, a shrubbery line 3 feet in height, no higher than 3 feet in height, shall be provided between the existing trees along Wasman Avenue. 1G, and this is a response to the request for some shrubs there. We would request that a type of tree, but it's not a big tree, it's called the Eastern Redbud, measuring 2.5 inches in caliper, shall be planted in each of the new island front green areas located between the driveways. It's not a shrub and it's not a large tree, but it's medium in size and it's nice looking if you've ever seen one. So that's our suggestion. 1H, the plan indicates that the existing wall located along the west property line ends setback 25 feet from Wasman Avenue property line. The note states wall ends at 25-foot setback line shall be changed to the south 10 feet of the west wall shall be removed to the 25-foot setback line from the south property line, and that's Wasman Avenue. Condition number 2, the ROW, which stands for right-of-way width, varies along Ryan Road. In the vicinity of this parcel, it measures 33 feet. Planning staff requires the petitioner to dedicate the west 27 feet of Ryan Road, expanding the 33 feet right-of-way to a 60-foot right-of-way, and this is in bold, at the time when the city requires the widening of the right-of-way for roadway construction purposes. This is noted on the site plan. Condition number 3, the performance bond with the the performance bond in the amount of $30 be posted with an estimated cost of $1,000. However, note, the planning staff believes that the proposed bond amount is too low given the fact that the partial wall removal, creation of green covered front setback areas, sidewalk and 26-foot wide driveways have to be redone, and additional landscaping that includes shrubbery and 2 of the redbud type trees on Ryan Road, front setback area, are part of the improvements. A new estimate provided closer to $75,000, resulting in a bond the amount of $2,250. So with that, Mr. Chair, the recommendation is submitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Worth. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak on this item, please come forth, state your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes to speak. Seeing none, we'll turn it over to the commission.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve the site plan for open storage of pallets and steel.
Support Commissioner Chowdhury.
There's a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Chowdhury. Any discussion?
I have a concern
Oh.
with the recommendations that I didn't understand. The enlarging of the road, is it this line that's right even with the front of the building? I mean, are they gonna expand the road to the point where?
Mr. Worth, can you come up so we can hear what's going on, please?
All right. When the building was constructed years ago, they should have taken into consideration that sometime in the future, Ryan Road would become a 60-foot wide right-of-way. All right, so with that said, their setback, what is this, it's an M1. Their setback then should be approximately 8 foot back or to the west than where it is right now. They didn't do that. So if they ask for that right-of-way, the line is gonna be, looks like within a foot of the front area. Will that happen? I don't know, but that's, again, it's legal non-conforming.
So I guess we can, if the road's expanded, we can deal with that issue at the time. The other thing that was said that I didn't understand is, we were asking for this area here for outdoor storage. And then I believe I heard Mr. Worth say that nothing can be stored within 20 feet of the property line. That would mean, this is 15 feet, that would mean over here, that would take out a great deal of the storage area. Is that something I can go to the ZBA for?
What I was referring to is section 17.02 lumber,
Oh, lumber.
including wooden pallets or other combustible
Okay.
material, shall not be stored less than 20 feet from any interior lot line and shall be noted on site plan.
Understood.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for the clarification. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Any other discussion by the commission? Anyone? No? Okay, Ms. Birdie, I went by there, and also on that, get my bearings here, on the north driveway, next to the fence, where you've got storage in there, you've got, the wood pallets are stacked in there. There's also 2 dumpsters in there. There was a smaller dumpster, which we have in our picture. Then there was also a bigger one, which is, it was closer to the street.
Okay.
And it was the kind that kind of, I think it hooks onto a truck that's got the arm, or hooks it on the sides and it picks it up.
Okay,
So those things can't be stored, and those dumpsters can't be in there if you're going to store pallets. So I don't know where you have to put the dumpsters on that. But that big one, I don't think would be there, but you're showing the one.
dumpster should be back here. Okay, I'll
You're
address it.
showing the one up front, but there was another big one up front, which definitely can't be there. It's a lot bigger than the one that you're seeing in the drawing,
Understood.
okay? Because if that's gonna be, you gotta have access all the way through there, so. Okay,
Yes, I'll address it.
thank you. Any other, roll call? That was a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Chowdhury.
Commissioner Duzay,
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury,
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar,
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi,
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk,
Yes.
Commissioner Mori votes yes, Commissioner Maneki,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith.
Yes, to approve. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 7.
Item number 7, notice that the City Council for the City of Sterling Heights will hold a public hearing on the application by 12555 14 Mile LLC for a planned unit development PUD to develop a 10 building, 167 unit self-storage facility to be developed under section 22.03 of the Sterling Heights zoning ordinance number 278. The public hearing will take place on Monday, September 15, 2025 at 7 p.m. at the City of Sterling Heights City Hall Council Chambers located at 40555 Utica Road, Sterling Heights, Michigan. The site of the proposed PUD is 12339 and 12555 14 Mile Road, parcel numbers 10-10-35-376-008 and 10-10-35-376-015. Thank you.
Thank you. This is correspondence, so I need a motion to receive and file.
I make a motion to receive and file, Chair.
Support. Support.
You gotta speak a little louder there, sir, so you can hear you. That was a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Ansar. Roll call.
Commissioner Halawadi,
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar,
Yes.
Commissioner Duzay,
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk,
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury,
Yes.
Commissioner Mori votes yes, Commissioner Benecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith.
Yes, to receive and file. Item number 8A, old business.
Item number 8A, minor amendment to site plan for industrial building addition located on the east side of Ryan Road, approximately 1,902 feet south of 13 Mile Road. 30300 Ryan Road, Section 8, Ihab Yusuf / Bobby's Auto Center, Inc., PMA 250010. Minor amendment is for revised parking and open storage of repair vehicles. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How you doing?
Can you tell us a little bit about your project, please?
It's a auto repair shop, and I moved in 2005. I've been servicing Warren for since 1991, so it's been 34 years. So I moved in this building back in 05, and unfortunately I inherited the site plan from Swiss Machining, and I didn't know at that time that I had to adhere to the parking lot planning or the site plan that they had until 2000 and probably like a year ago. I started having violations because of on the east side of the building, I had 2 rows of cars instead of 1 that they had previously. So I just want to make things right, and that's why I applied for the amendment to revise my parking spots. I need those spots to operate. It's hard to get parts nowadays. Cars sometimes sit for a longer period of time until we find parts and install them or get approval from insurance companies. So all I'm asking for is just to approve the additional parking spots so I just can do my business the way it should.
Thank you, sir. Correspondence?
Correspondence, taxes, current, AT&T. AT&T does not object to this proposal. We do have facilities in the vicinity, but they shouldn't be affected. DTE. DTE Electric Company has received and reviewed the minor amendment to site plan for industrial building addition. DTE Electric Company has no objection in relation to the minor amendment to site plan for industrial building addition, impacting 30300 Ryan Road, Section 8, per the site plan provided. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me at 586-783-1978. Thank you.
Thank you. Planning Department's recommendation?
It is recommended that the site plan for a minor amendment to the approved site plan for revised parking layout and open storage of vehicles be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically, number 1, 5 copies of revised site plan shall be submitted indicating the following. 1A, indicate on the site plan the 30-foot wide private easement for drain purposes along the east property line. 1B, remove the variance number 2 from the site plan. No variance is required for the repair vehicle layout. 1C, provide the following updated lighting note on the site plan as follows. All lighting on the site shall be shielded and not encroach upon abutting properties. The light fixtures, pole, and base shall be no higher than 20 feet as measured from the top of the light fixture to the bottom of the base at the ground level. All glare shall be eliminated from all light fixtures. Upward directed lighting shall not be permitted. 1D, a note shall be provided stating all landscape areas shall be automatically irrigated. 1E, plant 2 deciduous trees or shrubs in the existing lawn area and indicate them on the site plan. Some recommendations include flowering dogwood, redwood, serviceberry, or New Jersey tea. 1F, label the existing tree on the site plan. And number 2, according to city records, there are 2 businesses that operate at 30300 Ryan Road, Best Buy Auto Sales, Inc., and Bobby's Auto Center. Per the certificate of occupancy permit dated 11/14/2008, the used car lot can only operate indoors. A note shall be provided to the site plan stating no used cars shall be displayed outdoors. The auto repair shop, which is a major auto repair, has been in operation since 2005. Both businesses are considered legal nonconforming per the chief zoning inspector. Number 3, the following variances may need to be obtained from the Zoning Board of Appeals prior to the release of the site plan to the Building Division. To allow one-way maneuvering lanes ranging from 10 feet to 12 feet in width. If approved, the variance shall be added to the revised site plan. And number 4, a performance bond in the amount of $150 be posted according to the estimated cost of $5,000 by the petitioner. Note, the planning staff believes the proposed bond amount is too low, given the fact that the trash enclosure and trees are part of the improvements. A bond in the amount of $1,000 shall be submitted. And this ends the recommendation.
Thanks, Ms. Michelle. We need a motion to recognize this as a minor amendment.
Motion to recognize as a minor amendment. Commissioner Chowdhury.
Support Maury.
There's a motion by Commissioner Chowdhury, supported by Commissioner Maury, to recognize as a minor amendment. Roll call.
Commissioner Chowdhury.
Yes.
Commissioner Maury votes yes. Commissioner Ansar.
Yes.
Commissioner Duze.
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi.
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk.
Yes.
Commissioner Bonecki.
Yes.
Commissioner Smith.
Yes, to recognize as a minor amendment. Now I need a motion for the item itself.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we approve this site plan with discussion.
I second, Commissioner Chair.
There was a motion by Commissioner Duze, supported by Commissioner Halawadi. Discussion, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The thing for the garbage and so on, the trash enclosure, Ron, or whoever, putting the trash enclosure in that corner, is going to be a problem because of the wires going overhead. If a truck pulls in and tries to empty the trash, there's not enough room between the wires up top and the trash enclosure. Is there someplace that that the planning department can work with the petitioner to put that trash enclosure someplace else?
It's right there and the wires are on. That's what he's talking about. Just switch them. Yeah.
We can't hear you.
I don't think they want to be heard.
All right, so, go ahead.
On the, yeah, we'll just move it one parking spot to the north, so it would be in the second parking spot rather than be in the corner.
All right.
That would be ideal for it. It also gives us enough room to plow snow and put it in that one corner.
That would be perfect, and I still make a motion to support this.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? I have a question for the petitioner. Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Did you get a permit for that doghouse in the back?
Actually, the dog house is for my belated dog, but actually we use it for stray cats. It's like a shelter for them. We put food and shelter for them.
I was just messing with you. All right, that was a motion by Commissioner Duze, supported by Commissioner Halawadi. Roll call.
Commissioner Duze.
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi.
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar.
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk.
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury.
Yes.
Commissioner Maury votes yes. Commissioner Bonecki.
Yes.
Commissioner Smith.
Yes to approve. Good luck with your
Thank
project,
you.
sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Item number 8B.
8B, special land use for Al Shahi Palace Restaurant with banquet facilities located on 12 Mile Road, approximately 140 feet east of Ryan Road, 4235 12 Mile Road, Section A, Tom Hanawa, Affinity for Investment LLC, Karen M. Birdie / Earl and Rose P. LLC, PSLU 240001. Planning Commission approval received on August 19, 2024. Petitioner has submitted a letter requesting that the Planning Commission remove the following portion of condition number 2, the requirement to remove parking and put landscaping in its place. Thank you.
Good evening, Karen
Good evening, Ms.
Birdie. I just heard Earl and Rose, which is no longer in existence as both my partners passed away. I'm now at 28225 Mound Road in Warren on my own. If the board recalls, we were here for approval right here for the Al Shahi Palace Restaurant. And I understand that we're working hard to get some green space and get things looking better, and I agree with that. However, the recommendation was that in this part of the parking lot, this is where that landscaping would go. My client is a tenant, he rents. He has no control over the landlord. But I did say at the time that these items that are required of the landlord, I will try to get him to comply with, but I don't know if I will be able to. At this point, he is absolutely not working with me as far as taking out anything with the parking lot. So what I said to him was, we need to beautify and do our part. What about these green areas right here? Will you plant those? And he has agreed that he will do that. And my client's gonna be participating in that himself, along with the landlord. The recommendation for us to put together a drawing that tells specifically what trees, what shrubbery, and what plants he's going to put together, and then it's my understanding we'll submit to the planning department for them to take a look at. Do we need to come back before the board to get with that plan? No? Okay. So we're willing to do that, to beautify this area and plant this area, and we'll put together a plan that we hope looks good, looks beautiful, helps add to the city. In the recommendation that I received last Friday, they also mentioned.
Ms. Birdie?
Yeah.
Can we see if there's any correspondence first?
Sure. Yep.
Okay, there's no correspondence.
Okay. Anyway, in the recommendation, there were several housekeeping items that the city wanted the landlord to do. I was able to get hold of the landlord over the weekend, and where they mentioned that the gas station opened up an area here, we don't want them doing that. So the landlord's gonna go tell them that they're not allowed to do that. So we're gonna take care of that. And then the other items were replacing some signs and painting the poles of the signs that are out there. The pole signs, the poles are rusted, and he will scrape them, clean them up, and repaint them. So he's in agreement with doing those maintenance items. Also, parking bumpers, replacing some parking bumpers that are missing. He's gonna do that too.
Thank you. Mr. Worth, did you have any comment on this item? Recommendation for the planning department?
No, I think Karen said it all. So number one, well, I guess we'll leave it in there, but it'll be a matter of, in our letter to the petitioner and her, that, that driveway that the gas station owner opened up on his own. I could see that, but I have to put it this way, because I didn't know if he had a conversation with the owner or not, but we know better now. So those requirements of the inspection are welcome, and we'll put that in the letter. And then as far as the landscaping area, the only change I'll make is in number 2, and it says a sealed landscape plan. We'll just require a landscape plan. It won't have to have a seal. That allows like an architect, or maybe the architect of this plan, to provide that landscape plan with no problem. So that's the only change.
Thank you, Mr. Worth.
Thank you.
We'll turn it over to the board for motion.
Chair, I make a motion to approve the updated conditions.
Support Maury.
There's a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, support by Commissioner Maury. Any discussion? Seeing none. Ms. Birdie, you've been a trooper tonight. I know we wore you, probably wore you out running up and down. But we hope we got all your concerns taken care of.
Yes.
Okay. There's a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Mori. Roll call.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes?
Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Ansar?
Yes.
Commissioner Duze?
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk?
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes.
Commissioner Bernanke?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes. Good luck with your projects,
Thank you.
and have a good evening.
You too.
Item number 9, bond release, seeing none. Item number 10, new business, seeing none. Item number 11, citizen participation. If anyone would like to come up and speak, you'll have 3 minutes to state your
Good evening,
name and
Dave Curry.
address. Name and address and state your concerns.
Dave Curry again. I want to make a comment on item 6A. Since the mosque has taken over that building, they've made significant improvements, you know, in the property itself. And I know tonight a lot of the comments from the residents were basically about the parking. And I know the commission addressed the parking per se, but that wasn't the item on the agenda. So I want to say thank you for the commissioners for asking the questions and making suggestions about the parking. But the commission also needs to realize that when residents have concerns, this is their only chance to voice them in unison, is at a meeting like this. So, you know, I hope you guys realize that sure, there were concerns about the building that they wanted to put up, the towers, but this is the only opportunity they have to address the parking situation. And the parking there, from time to time, especially on Fridays, it is out of control. It's a public hazard down Dina Street. If they're parked on both sides, the complete length of the street. If an ambulance had to get down there or a fire truck, there's no way it's getting down there. I can tell you a couple of stories, but this isn't the place for it. You know, it's, they've outgrown the facility is what they have. And this is quite common now in Warren, you know, with people wanting to convert residences into Buddhist temples and what have you. The parking is not there. So the parking at this mosque needs to be addressed. And one other thing, that car wash that went up in front of Meyer on Mound at 12 Mile, who in their right mind would approve a car wash there? That is the most ugly, obtrusive thing that I've seen in Warren. I remember sitting here 15, 18 years ago when all of that area was being discussed. There wasn't supposed to be a big box store. There wasn't supposed to be a car wash. Now there's 2 of them there. There wasn't even supposed to be a gas station. So, you know, that whole PUD area there is a disaster. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for your comments.
Lori Harris, I wanted to follow up on this gentleman's comments. You know, when those things got approved, the gas station or the car wash, it came from planning. Planning that approved it and whatever variances they needed. And that's too bad, because if planning, we don't have to approve everything, everyone. I want to tell you that out in the hallway, the gentleman from the mosque was having conversation with the residents, and he continued his explanation that his people are good people, and the other people that are coming to the mosque are maybe not the good people. So the neighbors really shouldn't have a problem with his people. And I want to tell you that, I know I heard that several times in his explanation up here. You need to listen, because in a way he's turning it back on the neighbors, that the neighbors are the ones with the problem, because it's the wrong people that are coming now. And we're not we're not addressing the needs of the neighborhood when all of these things get approved. And what options do we have when it's out of control? It doesn't feel like we have any options as residents or as a community. When there's 200 people in a 35-car parking lot, we have to have solutions. So I'm not sure where you can refer this. I'm wondering if you could have tabled it until that gentleman had a chance to have a community meeting, or until there was a better plan for parking. Instead, you approved it with variances, and you have no idea what the resolution will be. And if it goes by what it's gone right now, is it's been a problem for a while and nothing's been done anyway. So tabling it might have been a decent thing to do. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else like to speak? We'll close the citizen participation. Item number 12, Planning Commission business. 12A, Planning Director's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Okay, it's just mostly a report on meetings that I have attended along with staff. So back on August the 25th, there was the Climate Action Plan that we finally chose a consultant, and that all that has to happen now is that it reach City Council for their approval on the RFP and the cost of the plan. Let me see, I'll move on down here a little bit. Go to another plan, and that's the active mobility plan. And now that's out there for the public to take a look at. That's for you guys to take a look at also. If you got any questions, then contact them or write to them. Yeah, I believe we can, isn't that available on our website, Michelle? Yeah. So it's worthwhile to take a look at that, and you don't have to really bear down on it, but if you see anything that doesn't seem to make sense, then at least let them know, and they'll try to address the issue. So that's the active mobility plan, and that should be coming here in October for your consideration and recommendation to the City Council to get approval on that. Beyond that, we did have a zoning issue meeting, and the issue has to do with administrative approval by the planning director to approve very small issues and things of that nature. So we met with our small group, and we'll do that again. We'll have the acting city attorney at that meeting and get her opinions on some of the things that we found at the first meeting. And then sat in on it's called the Twin Pines Trailer Park off of 11 Mile at the railroad track, and apparently they've got violations, and they're trying to move in trailers not according to their plot plans that they have sent us. Kind of interesting. They battle all the time about how to make these better. We know what's better. They just should listen to us a little bit. And finally today, we had a meeting with a group, Aerospace Group on Wall Court. One of our planning commissioners knows a little bit about that. Anyway, we saw their plan to put together 5 buildings. Not really seen anything like this happen before. They want to join them together and add size to the building all along Wall Court on the west side of Wall, north of Stevens. And plan looks good. I mean, I came away from that one with a smile on my face because there wasn't a lot of hard work to do. Their parking's gonna work out, their setbacks are fine. So we told them, you better get moving and come forward. They have to join those properties together. These are on subdivision lot parcels, but it's not a problem. It's just a combination unless something comes up. So with that, that was primarily what went on. And then finally, Tina, come on up here, Tina. Anyway, this is Tina Keene, and she's our new assistant, office assistant.
Hello, I'm Tina. Nice to meet you all.
Well, welcome, Tina.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Welcome to have you.
Thank you.
Okay, and so with that.
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Worth?
No.
Okay, I think Michelle had something she wanted to say about the registration for the
Yes.
conference.
Yes.
So I'll have her come up and mention that.
Hello. I just want to, one last reminder that the early bird registration rate will end September 12th, so very soon. And after that, it increases, and then it increases again going like after October 13th. So if any of the officers are interested, if you want to let me know, I can send you that information, but you just need to log in and basically register and do that travel authorization form before the meeting. So if you have any questions, let me know.
Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Michelle. Item 12B, Planning Commission discussion and concerns.
Chairman, I do have.
I can't hear you.
Yes, I do.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
As a planning commissioner, when we are in the business, we are planning commissioner. When we are out of this meeting and nothing related to the planning commission, we, each and everyone, as an individual, as a businessman, as a employee of any company, we are not related to the planning commission. So, it was very disappointing to see one of the news I read last week, Macomb Daily. One of our councilmen called for removal just because of I was practicing my rights and opposing something, it is on the ballot. I believe when anything on ballot becomes a public, any individual can oppose it and can go for it. So as an individual person, I just announced my rights and opposed it, and then I found out news that one of our councilmen called for removal, and I personally think it was unethical, unlawful, and politically motivated. So that was my point. That's one thing. And I see few of the residents, they keep coming to the commission and saying that commission approving car wash, commission approving things. I think, an earlier few meeting I mentioned that planning department, planning commission, planning department are bound to follow the ordinance. If residents think that, as we are approving too much car wash and things, that's council. Council only can limit it by the ordinance, by amending ordinance. Planning department, planning commission, we are bound to follow the ordinance. We cannot amend any ordinance and cannot just deny all those site plan when it comes to us. has to be very reasonable when we go against any site plan. So it is on council. Council only can amend the ordinance and limit that how many gas stations should be in the city, how, all those things. They can do it. They can amend it. They are the authorized legislative body to, do this thing. So I would request all of the, residents, if you have any concern, please go to the council, talk to them, that how you want your city, and if you want to limit the gas car wash or anything, they are the one authorized to do this thing. Commission and planning department, they must have to follow the ordinance they have, and we are, as a commissioner, we have to follow the same thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ansar. Anyone else have any discussions or concerns?
Mr. Chair, if I may?
Go ahead, Commissioner Moore.
Yes, I want to echo what Commissioner Ansar had just said, because hearing that, I feel like there's a lot of backslash that we sometimes get as a planning commission. And the reason I say that is because if we remember a couple months ago, one of the other commissioner was also attacked publicly due to having excused absences and having a 6-month extension for the approval of being a planning commission, and which was definitely uncalled for, which is something that we have talked about as a planning commission. And I think I'm hearing about this right now of removal of someone due to their public opinion, due to something that's going to be in the ballot that's definitely something public. So I feel like there's a lot of attacks that sometimes comes to us as from outsiders within the city too, which is something that I find sometimes to be it's just not called for. So that's just my personal opinion. I know, Mr. Chair, you definitely took a stand for that last time, and I really appreciate that. And hearing the latest news, that was something I was definitely upset about. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else have any concerns or discussion? Seeing none, item number 13, calendar pending matters. Seeing none.
Mr. Chairman, motion to adjourn.
Item number 14, motion to adjourn.
I second that motion.
There's a motion by Commissioner Duzé, supported by Commissioner Holloway. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Vote, 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 vote. Mr. Chairman.